Hi everyone, it's Talia from Motherhood, The Real Deal. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel today. I'm super excited because, in case you didn't see it last time, I am welcoming back Jose Ucar, who is a mindset coach, to talk about something that maybe you're not thinking about quite this minute, but should be, and that is goals. Goals or intentions or whatever you want to call it for 2019. So hello, welcome back, Jose.
Hello, Talia. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here again. Hello, moms. I missed you since obviously last time we spoke. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here. And goals is what we're going to be discussing today.
So back by popular demand. Now goals. I have a funny relationship with goals because I cannot say that I am the greatest goal setter. So I really need your mindset advice here. Goals is something that I know that everyone talks about and we should be setting. Yet I guess as someone who's a little bit of a skeptic, please tell me why we should be setting goals for 2019.
Before I answer that question, I would like to ask you, have you ever achieved something?
I would like to think so, yeah.
Yes. So, and when you achieved that, did it just happen out of the blue?
Well,
how did you think about it before? I mean, what was your mind process to that point?
I would think, okay, I want this thing to happen. Yeah, I didn't specifically sit there and think, right, I'm going to make this my goal.
Okay, so do you need to do that in order to achieve it? Does it have to be in paper, or how did it work for you? Because that's what we're going to be speaking about today. We're going to make them, we're going to set our goals the way they work for us. So how was it for you when you achieved that you wanted to achieve?
Well, it feels good when you achieve it, and I guess it's just stopping and having that thought, I want to do this.
Right.
And
that was enough for you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Because, we might be thinking that we need to follow a process and then writing it down, and there are different tools that we can utilize and that we can benefit from. But it's just the main thing, how can we make it happen for us? How does it really work for us? Because I don't like writing things down, for example. And I've got my goals for next year, and they're all in my mind, and I'm very clear about them. So again, let's make them work for us and set our goals in a way that we believe we can achieve them.
Okay, so we're sitting here and it's the run up to Christmas and everyone is really stressed, yet we are sitting here, me in my Christmas top, talking about goals and why we should be setting goals. Why should we be thinking about setting goals right now, and how are we even going to go about doing that?
Talia, that's actually a very good question, because the why, sometimes what's the purpose of it? And I think a very short answer would be, it will give you structure. So it will give you a bit of a path to follow for next year. Because sometimes we just go like that in life. And I know moms that you can be very busy. I still remember my mom and even my grandma just running around like crazy, like headless chickens sometimes. It's just, wow, I do admire you moms. So by setting some goals, you can, again, as I said, develop that journey that you can follow next year, and that can take you to a better place. So think about, goal can be something you would like to improve, something you would like to change, something you would like to achieve. What is it? It can only be the one thing. You don't have to be overwhelmed about it. Just pick the one little thing that you would like to achieve next year, set a time, and go for it. And when we speak about how to, I would like to share with you this quick exercise. We're just going to start, and let's just obviously use our imagination a bit more, because I think we used it a lot when we were children, and now as adults we tend to do it less and less. So close your eyes, or do it with eyes open, and put yourself 5, 10, 20 minutes after having achieved that goal, or that's something you would like for you would like to change for next year. And once you're there, see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. Where are you? What are you surrounded by? Picture that in your mind. And once you get all of those emotions and all that environment, come back to the now. And then, when you are in that state, I would like you to answer these questions. What is it specifically that you have achieved? how did you get there? How did you measure it? How realistic is it? And when have you achieved it by? So answer those questions in your mind or write them down. And that's actually what you could use for next year. Follow that process, follow the steps.
So Jose, I love what you say there about how goal setting doesn't have to be a huge thing. It can just be a small thing, a really sort of realistic, achievable thing. And I guess as sort of busy mums, often it's a case of just carving that time out, that bit of self-kindness, that bit of self-love, so that we can spend some time reflecting on ourselves and what we want, because we spend so much time worrying about others and giving to others, but it's about just having that time for ourselves to be able to set those goals. And I guess for mums, sometimes we're just feeling so overwhelmed with life that the idea of even goal setting just might seem just totally ludicrous. I mean, we're just firefighting our way. So how are we even going to have the headspace to goal set? So what would be your outlook on that, Jose?
Talia, to begin with, self-love is so important. And I think we need to, in order to love our children more, we need to start by loving ourselves. And I guess I would like to put things into perspective, moms, because we're not the only ones going through this process as human beings. And I would like to share the story of a very important lady in my life. And she lost her husband in a very tragic accident. I'm not gonna obviously give details on that. She was a teacher at that point, and when she lost her husband, she had 3 children. And I think the oldest was about 5 years old. 25 years later, this lady, well, I think she's even retired now. She worked for the European Parliament. She was living in Spain. I got to travel every week, spend the whole week out, come back for weekends to see obviously her children. And they did that for potentially 25, 30 years. And the amazing story is not only that now the children, the 3 of them, one has become a pilot and the other 2 are very successful surgeons. And I cannot imagine what she went through from being a teacher to going to the European Parliament, travel all that time every year, and still manage to raise her children, and they are very successful. So again, it's so important to put sometimes things into perspective. There are always people doing worse than us, and that's life, and there are also people doing better. And the great thing is that we can also model those people. If we don't see them around us, nowadays we can see them on TV, we can see them online. So we can model that, and we can improve our lives if we really want to.
I love what you're saying there. I mean, obviously that's a really inspirational, sad, inspirational, but with a good ending story. That's incredible. And, you know, for me, that's just a wonderful way of thinking, well, you know, our lives might seem really challenging. So I guess what you're saying when it comes to goal setting, that perspective is super important. And I love that, because I think sometimes as mums, we can kind of lose sense of that perspective. So I'd like to ask you for one final tip or strategy for goal setting for 2019. What would that be?
Well, one final technique or tip, I would probably say, as you mentioned, moms, put things into perspective. We're not the only ones. There are people that are actually doing worse than us, and they're achieving things. I think that's very important, to be in that sort of mindset that will be more resourceful as well. Mm-hmm. And then think about that little thing that you would like to achieve next year. Start with something small, and then if you get excited and you think you can do more, fine, make it bigger. But start with something small, make it very specific. What is it exactly that you would like to achieve? What is that little thing? Then, how are you gonna get there? How is it that you're going to achieve it? You can make a little plan in your mind, write it down. How are you going to measure it? How will you know that you're doing it? If, for instance, you want to practice more self-love, how do you know you're loving yourself more often? That's an example. Then make sure it's something that you can achieve, it's realistic, and put a time to it. If it's again self-love and you have a reminder, set an alarm. Every day I'm going to give myself a bit of love, and if you forget, then you have got your alarm reminding you.
I love that idea of setting an alarm for whatever goal you want to achieve, and I certainly am going to be setting an alarm for self-love, because I think that is a goal that is so relevant to so many mums. I just want to say thank you so much for all of your amazing insight again, Jose. As always, we will be around online to answer any of your questions you have about goal setting. So please do jump in with a comment below on the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up button and hit subscribe. And if you have anything you'd like us to cover in any future videos, please do let us know in a comment below. Thanks everyone, and thanks to Jose. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye, moms.